Yeah.
The one thing about you guys, when people think of ska, they always think of the horns. You can go into the Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake, all of that. But I really, for you guys, it's almost more of a throwback to like Op Ivy and the Selectors and stuff like that. And I think that that's really cool because it's different from what you would think of the guys wearing their dad's suits, you know, and getting up there and playing horns and everything. And that's when I discovered you with Finn, and then I started listening to the catalog on Spotify and everything. And it was CatBite. I listened to the self-titled album. I was like, oh, okay, right on. And then I'm going on to the next thing. And then I heard CatFight. And I was like, wait a second. I think I just heard these songs earlier in the day because I usually have music playing all the time. And I was like, wait, am I going insane? Wait, how do I know these songs already?
Yeah.
I just got to give you guys a shout out. What a cool idea to just kind of like,
thank you.
Take it in a different road from the 2019 that CatBite came out?
Yeah.
2018.
No, 2018 is when we
was
formed.
it 2018?
2019 when
CatBite. Yeah, our first record came out in 2019. Yes. Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. Who came up with that? Like, how did you guys? We're sitting in Philadelphia. Was it like during a snowstorm up in the East Coast? And you're like, here's a crazy idea, guys.
So it started. So I was the one that came up with the idea of doing a hardcore album of our first record. Kind of. So it started by like our friends Omnigon, another band on our label, they covered one of our songs from our first record, and they basically turned it into a hardcore song. And we're like, this is awesome. And then in the middle of COVID lockdown, we did a live stream concert for Fest, which is a big festival down in Gainesville. And they were just like accepting like bands covering, you know, doing covers and like submitting them, you know, and do a live stream concert. And so we're like, oh shit, what if we cover Omnigon's cover of our cover? So we covered their hardcore version of our song. And it was so much fun. And it was at the same time that we were writing our second record. So we did it. And then as soon as we finished writing and recording our second record, Nice One, we had nothing to do. We had no shows. We still couldn't play shows because of the pandemic and stuff. And we're like, hey, let's just do that, but the entire record. And in addition to that, we also did Cat Light, which is alternative country version of our whole first record too.
Okay.
So there's three versions of our self-titled record. There's CatBite, which is our record, then Cat Light, alternative country, yeehaw, and then CatFight, which is just like you know, all different types of punk rock, hardcore, you know,
It sounds like an idea that would be birthed from COVID in lockdown.
Yeah.
So who came up with the country version? Who came up with that one?
So all the arrangements for that one are our bass player, Ben.
Yeah.
He's amazing at songwriting, and arranging. And originally we thought it would just be kind of more like acoustic-y, just like acoustic guitar. And then he like brought the songs to us, and he had like string arrangements, and we were like, okay, this is like way more than we were thinking, but like I think it turned out great.
Yeah, like there's like, you know, lap steel, pedal steel, harmonica. It's so on them. And it's cool. And like we did it and like got to take advantage of Bandcamp Friday, and like both of them we just like released the country one we did first. We did it on April Fool's. On April Fool's Day, we're like and we're going to release a country record. And everyone's like, wait, what? Is this a joke or whatever? Because then I immediately liked it. And then the next day was Bandcamp Friday, and we just dropped the whole record, and then used all the money for a charity, raised like a couple $1,000. And then a month later, we did the exact same thing with CatFight, the hardcore thing, and then was able to raise like another $2,000-$3,000 for like a charity.
That's great.
It was just like a good way to pass the time. And because like, I don't know, all four of us like bandmates were just best friends and just like hang out and shit. And we couldn't do anything because we just wrote and recorded a new record. And we're like, we can't play these songs. We don't want to write more music. And
that wasn't dropping until August that year.
Yeah.
So like we had many months in between just like doing nothing.
Yeah. So it was just like a fun thing and kind of kept our brains busy.
You know, when